Hello guys, welcome to a new video and I have exciting news. In this video we're going to implement SSL VPN using ASDM with GNS3, and as you can see right here, if you already follow me on Twitter, you can see that I posted here and how I was able to configure this basic AnyConnect SSL VPN using the ASDM and GNS3. So if you don't follow me, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. So this section for the Cisco CCNA security exam is the one, the remote access VPN, and it's 3.2C. That's the one we are going to go over right now. So let's go ahead and start with that. I already have a DNS topology where I have configured the router. The Windows device has its own IP address, and all that good stuff. And the only thing that I need to configure is the Cisco ASA. So let's go ahead and configure that, guys. And we have to go into the router. The first thing I want to do, I just want to configure the host name, just ASA. That's what I want to give it. Let's go ahead to IP or to the interface GIGABA00, which is going to be the inside network or the local side. And the IP address for this is going to be 10.10.21. And then we're going to give it a name if, and this is going to apply a security level, and we're going to just leave it as inside. And the security level for inside is set by 100 by default, so we're going to leave it like that. Let's give it no shutdown, and then after that, let's go ahead and configure the DMZ zone, which is interface gigabit02, and the IP address for this is 192.168.1.1. Name if is going to be DMZ, and the DMZ by default is set to 0, so we're going to leave it like that as well. Let's see, no shutdown. Now let's go to interface gigabit 01, and this one is going to be the internet or the outside public untrusted network, and this one's going to be 145.1.1.1/24 as well. Now shutdown, name if internet, and the internet is also set to 0 by default. So let's just do, I already did not shut down, that's fine. So now let's go ahead and end it, and let's try to ping 10.10.22, which is the ASDM. So we're able to ping the ASDM. Let's see if we're able to ping the TACACSGUI. We're able to ping the TACACSGUI. Let's see if we're able to ping the router. We are able to ping the router, so that's good. So we have connectivity to all of these devices. Now let's go ahead and configure. We need to configure a the HTTP server first. Server, let's enable it, and then let's do HTTP. And I want any IP address coming from the inside network to be able to connect to the HTTP, and it's going to allow us to launch the ASDM from over here. So then after that, I want to configure a route, and this route is going to be going to the internet. So any network that we don't know, we are going to reach out to the router, okay? So what I'm saying is any network that I don't know, just send it to the router, to the 145.1.1.2. So this is good. It looks like we are done, so you can go ahead and save your configuration. So after that is done, I want to go ahead and verify that my Windows device is able to ping. There we go. So we're able to ping the ASA from my Windows device, which is all the way over here behind router 1. So now what we need to do, we can just leave it like that. We are done for now. From here, so now let's go ahead and launch the ASDM. So I'm going to open up this ASDM over here. And from here, let's go ahead and go to ASDM launcher. Now let's go ahead and launch it to 10.10.20.1, which is this one right here. Let's go ahead and always trust the content from this publisher. Yes. And we're going to log in without the username and password because we did not configure that on the ASA. Um, if you're going to be on a if this is just for labbing, you don't really have to. So that's why I leave it like that. So now what we need to go ahead to Wizards VPN, AnyConnect Wizard. So let's go ahead and click next. Let's go ahead and click on the profile. It's gonna call AnyConnect. That's what I'm going to call it. And then after that, we are going to pick a VPN access interface. And the interface that we are going to pick right here is going to be the internet, because we want people from the internet, from the outside network, to be able to connect to this profile. Click on next. We are going to use SSL or IPsec, right? So if the Windows device wants to use IPsec, they're going to be able to do that. Or if they want to use SSL via a web browser, they're going to be able to do that as well. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add a device certificate. So let's go ahead and manage, and we're going to actually create our own. So we're going to add a new identity certificate, and we're going to go and generate self-signed certificate. We're going to add it. There we go. Let's go click OK, and then let's click next. And now we need to add the image that the Windows device is going to download and install to his to the device. So the one that I'm going to use is going to be this one, AnyConnect Windows 4.0, 4.4. So let's go ahead. I think is it this one? No, it's this one right here, 4.3. Yep, 4.3. That's the one that we are going to be using. Click OK. OK. Then click on Next. Now we're going to add a username and password. This is going to be on the local device. So we're now going to be using TACACS or radius. We are going to configure that on a different video, but for now we are going to just add a new local username, and we are going to use that username to log in to the with the AnyConnect. So now we're here, we need to add a new pool, so we can just name this new pool, and this one is going to be using it for it's going to use it for the Cisco AnyConnect connection. So whenever we connect, we're going to get one of these IP addresses. So let's go ahead, 192.168.20.1. It's going to go all the way to 192.168.20.20, and we're going to have a subnet mask of /24. There we go. And if you didn't want to type it, you can always click on the drop-down menu and select it. Select that /24. Okay, there we go. We have a new pool. Let's go ahead and click next. We're not going to configure any DNS server or Win server or domain name, because we do not have any set up right now. So when you click next, it's going to yell at you, but you can just click no, and that's going to move on. So now we want to exempt VPN traffic from the network address translation. And what this means is if the network address translation is enabled on the ASA, the VPN traffic must be exempt from this translation, because if it's not exempt, then we are going to get a VPN error, because NAT breaks VPNs. Just remember that. So remember to exempt that, the inside interface, right? And then you want to say any IPv4 connection. So let's click on next. And then how are we going to download the image? It's going to be through a web launch. So that's good. And here at the end, it just gives you a summary. We can just click on finish. And there we go. Everything is good. And let's see, we have configured the internet with SSL and also IPsec. So this is good. And one other thing that we need to do is we need to go to remote access VPN. And then from here, we need to go to group policies. And you're going to see the policy that we created, but it does not have a username assigned to it. So let's go ahead and click assign, and we're going to assign the local username that we just created. There we go. Then click on apply, and then you want to save it. Okay. So then after that, all we need to do, I believe, is we have to go to the Windows device, and we are going to install the AnyConnect and connect to the VPN. So let's go ahead and do that. VMware, exit. Let's go ahead to, we're going to use Internet Explorer. Sorry guys, we do not have Google Chrome, and it's 145.1.1.1, and that should connect to the ASA. And then once we connect to the ASA or to the firewall, um, it's going to say that it's not secure because we do not have a certificate, but that's fine. You can just click on more information and just go onto the website. And now the group policy that we created was, or the profile that we created was AnyConnect. We are going to log in with ASCII, password 123456, or whatever the password you gave to your username. There you go. And we're not going to store that. We're not going to save that password. As you can see, it's going to take us to the installation. So what's going to happen now is that it's going to take us, as you can see, to this AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client, and it's going to ask us to install it. So let's go ahead and install it, and click yes. And as you can see, it's running all the good stuff over here, and we are installing Cisco AnyConnect. As you can see right here, the AnyConnect downloader is analyzing this computer, so it is also analyzing the computer to make sure that it does have space, and that it is in good health. Okay, so let's go ahead and say it is telling you that it is risky because it is on untrusted server certificate. We can just click on connect anyway. And as you can see, it is downloading my the AnyConnect, so it can install on my computer. So after that is download is going to install it, and then it's going to let me connect to the ASA. There you go. Failed to install because the is running, but get the modem cannot install. The security gateway must be added. That's fine. Let's see. Do we have Cisco installed here? Let's see if we are able to find this somewhere. Cisco AnyConnect, there it is. It was installed, but let me see. Um, okay. So it is still doing a lot more stuff. So let's just give it a couple seconds. Let's see if we're able to. Let's go ahead to files. This PC. And it looks like it didn't install. Attempting the song, which is so it looks like it did not install it, but I can see it over here. If you go Cisco, oops, Cisco AnyConnect desktop client. So it did not do it from it. Let's go ahead and try it from um, HTTP. Let's try and do it from Edge. See what happens from Edge. Log into ASCII 123456. Login. Okay, let's try and do it from here now. One more time, because it should work. I mean, I tested it already and it should be working. So the secure warning attempt launch Java, which is make sure to click yes. There we go. So now it is going to, let's go ahead and just click over here. Yep, go ahead and run it. There we go. So it is going to work with Edge. I don't know why Internet Explorer did not work. So it is downloading right now. So after we download that, and you can see it is coming from 145.1.1.1, which is our ASA, the IP address of our ASA. Let's see, it is running security scans. Let's give it a moment. There we go. We can just run it. And there we go. That looks better than before. So IE is not working on IE for some reason that I do not know. There we go. Running that package that we added. Finish. And now we should be able to open it. Cisco. There we go. So now there was like a DNS failure, but we need to just connect to 145. That one, that one, that one. Go ahead and connect. And I do know it's going to give me an error because it's going to say that it's not trusted. So what we could do is, there we go, connect anyway, and then it's going to ask me to log in. We're going to log in with the username of Oscar and password 123456, and the group is going to be AnyConnect. That's the only one that we have there. Login fail. Let's try it again. 123456. And that should connect. Let's see. Still asking me for it. Let's see what's going on over here. Um, if we come down over here, unable to create any connect parent session. Let's see if we take a look at the log messages. Session limit 2 reached. Login failed. Let's go ahead and close this. Um, 123456. Still saying login failed. Let's go ahead to block connection to untrusted servers. No, that's good. Let's go ahead and try to connect again. It's not letting me connect. And the error that I'm getting, it is because unable to create any connect parent session. 2 in use, 8 most. Okay, connect anyway. Let's see if it lets me log in. Oscar 123456. And it's saying login fail. Unable to create session cannot be established. Session limit of 2 reached. The maximum session load. So it is saying that we have a session open. Let's go ahead and see what we could do from here. Oh, that's too big. Let's go ahead to, let's go ahead and just do a system reload. And save config, blah, blah, blah. Let's do it now. Reload without saving. Yes, let's do it right now. And it is shutting down everything. So I'm just going to reload my ASA. And let's just cancel this and go to the ASA and see it is rebooting. So let's just give it a couple minutes. Not even a minute, not even a couple minutes. It should take like about 30 seconds, I believe it is. There we go. Let's go ahead to Windows device, CMD. Let's try to ping 145, that one, that one, that one. See, we're able to ping. So whenever this comes up, or whenever I'm able to ping, I should be able to connect to the ASA. There we go. We are getting replies from the server. So now let's go ahead and try to connect. And also we can just close this session now. Connect. Now we can also launch the ASDM, which is right here. There we go. Connect anyway. Username. It's not any. It's Asker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Checking profiles. So it looks like it is going to work now. Um, it did not work before. Connect anyway. You see the AnyConnect downloaded updates have been completed. So it was not connecting before because I had a session that was hanging there, and the limit, the max limit, it was I think it's set to 2. So I had a couple sessions there that was hanging and it was not disconnecting from it. So when I tried to do it, I believe it did not let me connect to it. So now it is still trying to connect. So let's give it a couple seconds and it should connect to the VPN. There you go. Cisco AnyConnect is now connected. Great. There you go. Connected to 145.1.1.1. Let's see if we are able to, let's do a CMD. Let's do a ping 192.168.1.2. Okay, so we're not able to connect to the TACACSGUI. Let's see if we're able to ping 10.10.20.2. So we're able to connect to, or to ping 10.10.20.2. Let's see if we can, what I'm going to do is enable config T, no, and let's run this sysapt connection, and let's do VPN, or what is it, question mark, permit VPN. Let's go ahead and do that and see if we're able to ping this DMZ. Oops, it's not the DMZ. This one, we're still not able to ping the DMZ. So what I want to do now, since I want to connect to the TACACSGUI, I want to connect the TACACSGUI to the inside, and probably after we connect to the inside, we should be able to connect to the TACACSGUI, because what are we doing right now? Um, we are actually connecting to the inside network. So if we configure it ifconfig ETH0 10.10.20 20 dot, let's see, 10, our net mask is 255.255.255.0, and then we do a route add default gateway. It's going to be 10.10.20.1. Let's see if we're able to ping our default gateway now. 10.10.20.1. So we are able to ping the default gateway now. Let's see if we have to do, let's go ahead and launch this ASDM now. 10.10.20.1. Always trust. Yes. Log in. So now what I want to do, let's see, is from the computer we're able to ping 10.10.20. What did I set it to? I forgot already. So 10.10.20.10. Okay. 10.10.20.10, so I don't forget. Let's see if we are able to ping that from our VMware. Let's go and close that on our Windows device. .10, there we go. So now we should be able to connect to this TACACSGUI, HTTPS 10.10.20.10. And as you can see right here, we are able to get into the TACACSGUI. And the reason that we're getting into the TACACSGUI is because we are connected to the VPN. So if we disconnect from the VPN, we we shouldn't be able to connect to the TACACSGUI or even ping the TACACSGUI or ping this ASDM device over here. So it is still loading. Let's see, try to load it again. So let's just, since it's taking too long, let's go ahead and see, let's go ahead and ping. And what I want to do is I want to disconnect from this VPN. Let's see if we're able to ping. There you go. So whenever we get disconnected from the Cisco AnyConnect, we're not able to ping the TACACSGUI. But if we connect to the VPN, we are able to ping the TACACSGUI. So let's just give it a couple seconds for Cisco AnyConnect to work. And the reason why it's taking too long is because I do not have a license yet for the firewall. And since I do not have a license, the speed is really slow, and that's why it's taking too long. But if you have a license and you're doing this, you're going to see that it is a lot faster than what I'm doing right now. So as you can see, we're establishing a VPN connection. And then after that connection is established, we should be able to ping the TACACSGUI because we're going to be inside this network right here, inside the local network. So there we go. We are now connected. Now we should be able to ping 10.10.20.10. Okay, guys. So this is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoy me troubleshooting whenever I had a connection error or whenever I was trying to actually reach this DMC because it wasn't supposed to be in the DMC, it was supposed to be inside. So thank you guys for watching. And if you guys want to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. And if you guys have, if you don't have a Twitter account, go ahead and create a Twitter account and then follow me, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.